this case, and I think that there was news. There's new news that I just saw on a Newsweek article. I'm going to pull it up, right? But this case, like you said, was filed in October, and it was just recently filed with his name attached. And there were some changes I saw that were made to the file, which is also standard, right? Like, you know, when you file a case and then you refile, you might be making changes to some of the allegations that you have in there. So there were allegations that I think they just were revised, and people are starting to point that out. Let me just say this, Beyonce's internet, they call it Beyonce's internet, right? They're like, Beyonce's internet is out there. There's internet gangster investigators on both sides, right? So right now, there's a lot of content in the space about this case, right? And about these alleged acts and people's theories about what they think and how they feel. I understand the argument that people might want to get money out of this, or this is a money grab. But I also, when I see a case filed, I'm always reading everything, and I always understand that when you file a civil lawsuit, money is always the remedy. That's what you're looking for, right? Because however you've been wronged, you're looking for someone to correct it. If something happens to you like that, there's really no way to like remedy the situation, right? Like you can't go back in time and reverse what happened to you. You're going after money, right? The lawyer got to get paid. The victim wants to feel some sort of like remedy, like no amount of money can fix what I went through, but money could help, and the person should be able to be accountable. I want to say that. Wait, I want to say that because it's like it's like oh, it's a money grab. It's a money grab. It's always a money grab. It's always a money grab. Any civil case is always people are trying to get money. So the lawyer, does he want to get paid? Absolutely. And is he looking for attention? Absolutely. But I don't want to focus on the lawyer here. I don't care about this lawyer. Mm-hmm. There's ambulance chases all around the country. Like, that's what they do. I care about the accusations that are being claimed against one of the biggest artists that we look up to. So I want to know more about this case. And I felt like his statement, the statement that he made, didn't really address the allegations the way that I needed him to address the allegations.
I disagree.
Like, I'm just saying.
I disagree with you. If I am Jay-Z,
first thing you need to say is, I did not do this.
He said
I did not do this.
He said it in that thing. If I am Jay-Z, why am I harping on an allegation that I know it not to be true?
Let's read his statement first. Because this is what I'm saying.
And then he just says, I look forward to showing you exactly who I am.
Let's read his statement. Because here's the thing. When I read the statement, first of all, I thought the statement was written very, and I know people be like, Kim, why do you care about how the statement was written? I do, because I work in media and press, and I understand the goal when you write a statement is to sway public opinion. But that's what you're trying to do.
But that's your perspective, though.
Sway public opinion.
But that's your perspective.
Let's read it. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Buzbee. Like, right there, when I read it, I said, I don't care about that.
You.
You're Jay-Z.
But that's you.
These accusations are being filed. Like, anyway, okay, let me go on. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle.
But that's typically what they do.
Any victim that files a case, most of the time, what people do on the other side when they're accused is call the woman an extortionist. That you can Google. That is a tactic.
But you also do realize. Let me get it straight.
That's a tactic.
You do realize there are people that do that as well.
Absolutely.
So two can be true.
They're both true. Absolutely.
But two can be true.
It's very defensive when your response to something so heinous.
But to you and your perspective, right? But to me, I'm looking at it as it can be very offensive to him to be accused of something so heinous.
It is. It's horrible. It's a horrible accusation.
Exactly.
So the first thing I think is that you should say, I didn't do that.
But that's basically what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
He talk about a lawyer in the first two sentences.
Of course, because the lawyer is the one who's
listen. That's what you make me want to settle. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. He's still on the lawyer. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? Then I have a whole issue about why it's written in the King's English. Like, I'm like, who talks like this? Implore you to like a criminal complaint. Would you not agree?
Would you not agree? Like, where are you trying to go with this? But Kim, this is my frustration right now. This is my frustration.
What is this, Bridgerton?
No. This is my frustration. Where are you trying to go with this?
Okay, I'm talking about the allegations and how the statement is read because I feel like
what's wrong with that? If I'm being accused of something that I know that I didn't commit,
okay,
I'm going to shut you down on the person who responded.
Because I feel like this is all where I'm going with this is I feel like this is all like a media. I do believe that there is this attempt to take him down, right? Like on a like this media play. I do believe that.
So you think his statement is a media play, but you don't think
it's all a media play.
But you don't think the attorney's media play was updated and put his name in it and didn't think that it was going to get
It's all a media play. It's all a media play, but I want our artists to be held to a certain standard. I don't like to put personal opinion out there like that.
I want our guys at the media to be held accountable in what way?
To understand what they are being accused of is serious and that there are things going on like that, right? So if you get accused of this, right? Now this is, they playing a media game right now. Him and the lawyer and all of that. These are real allegations. This is a real lawsuit.
But he said that in the statement. He literally said in the statement.
Let's take this serious.
I implore you. He literally said that in the statement.
I implore.
That if such heinous crimes were committed, to file a criminal complaint. And then he goes on to talk about how heinous. And if it wasn't serious, if it wasn't serious.
No, I would say.
I think it's perspective. I think it's how you view it. It might be how you view it.
I do go a little bit deeper into stuff like this because I'm watching how artists use media to sway public opinion.
And so does attorneys. We talked about this in the Puff case. Literally, in the Puff case, the prosecution and the district attorney is literally putting stuff out there to taint the jury pool. That's has been something that has been done the test of time.
Point taken, right? This allegation is very serious against him, and it is definitely something that is being designed, right, in my mind, to kind of take him down. I don't know if it has anything to do with the Super Bowl and the NFL.
I don't think it's to take him down. 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 I think we can't go after Puff because Puff is no longer the big fish for us. He don't care about his reputation. It's ruined. He don't care about the money. Get in line. So, Jay-Z's next to him. Jay-Z was the one in that room. Jay-Z, we want this bag. You're not going to give it? You're not going to give it up? We're going to put this out here. You're going to lose whatever deals you got in the making. We're going to sway public's opinion. We're going to shake you down until we get it.
Let me finish the statement without my commentary. I apologize. I had to put the commentary in because the language to me is weird. It's weird language. These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. Okay, he addressed the victims. I appreciated that part of the... I did because there's a lot of alleged victims. The lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, we back to the lawyer, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Buzbee, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirits. That paragraph was, I get it. It was a throwaway to me. That he just wanted to tug on people's heartstrings because everyone loves the Carters. So nobody wants to think about them. Like, I get that, but I think it has no bearing on this case. And
But
it's just
public.
like,
It's his family.
you know, who doesn't
It's
love
public.
Beyonce and
But what
Buzbee?
he's saying
so of course,
is that
okay.
you're going public, and my kids, like, I see nothing wrong in that statement.
My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world. Okay, that's good part of the statement. Who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. A dig at the lawyer again. I just felt like it was too heavy on this lawyer. You have made a terrible error in judgment, thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these type of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you how different I am. I don't know. In my opinion, what is all of that? I don't know what is. That was a lot. Just like, bro.
I don't think so. I beg to differ.
I did not, whatever.
Differ.
I don't know. Maybe it's the legal mind that I have, because I know this is a game that they're playing with this back and forth public perception. Everybody cares about their image and whatever. I did not do that. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted from somebody like that. I did not do that.
But it's like,
I did not do that.
He said that
You're
in
talking
the
about
statement.
your family.
Of course he's talking about.
My family's going to go through so much. You're a horrible person. You're a horrible lawyer. You know, I'm like, I don't care about this lawyer.
But that's you. The point the lawyer was making in updating that lawsuit was to drag Jay's name through the press and through the mud. He knew exactly what he was doing when he updated that lawsuit and put his name in it.
I hope that there's not a real victim here in this situation.
But my whole thing is, my whole thing is, he has a right to defend himself and his family against anything he sees that is frivolous and is simply untrue in his experience. In his experience.
That was a very feminine type of statement. I don't know. That's my opinion. Sorry. I know I got to hold my opinion back. I hold my opinion back.
I disagree.
I was like, the statement was like, nyeh, nyeh, nyeh. So here's the lawyer, Tony Buzbee. Post a picture of himself from his Marine days. Recognize this guy? This is a picture of the Weapons Platoon Command, the Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 4th Marines from our old Western Pacific Cruise book. Despite a coordinated and aggressive effort that has included harassing my kids, contacting my clients and former clients to encourage them to sue me, contacting my colleagues or former employees asking if I've abused them, showing up at my current employees' homes to harass them, filing frivolous cases against me and my law firm, defaming me with outrageous assertions to anyone who will listen, and having mysterious people follow me and my family, I'm still that guy. I won't be bullied or intimidated. People will see through this effort to discredit me and my clients, and the truth will be revealed. I also won't allow anyone to scare my clients into silence. Sunlight is the best disinfectant, and I am quite certain the sun is coming. Another very girly statement. Both of them are playing a media game.
And he knows exactly. Here's my thing with this lawyer. You held a press conference, bro. You put a hotline out there. Like, bro. And me and you sat on this podcast and we said, the same lawyer when this happened, we didn't know all of this was going to go down. You put a hotline out there. How is it possible to screen when you put a hotline out there? Mm-hmm. The truth from the untrue in this era of where we live. How can I remotely take what you're saying seriously? Like, I can't not unsee that And that to me is like, bro, my opinion is watch this play out.
I'm watching it play out. Look, I don't want to, and see, that's the thing. I will never talk like someone is guilty. That's not it. I don't want to do that. Like, I'm not going to do that, especially someone like Jay.
Yeah.
At that level of his career. But I'm also not excusing anybody because they are that person or they're that successful. I'm not excusing anything because I can't tell you what these guys do behind closed doors.
But we've always said that. We've always said that. Like, we've literally have always said, if these allegations of Diddy, whatever, Jay, whatever, are found to be true, then they need to be held accountable.
Right.
But what we have
witnessed... And that's all I was saying about the accountability thing. But the thing is this. When it comes out, look, I get that people file frivolous claims, and I get that people lie, and I get that people try to destroy people's credibility in the media. I get all of that, right? But a lawsuit was filed, right? And I just want us to take it seriously. I want us to stop looking at, as a community, to stop looking at the lawyer and what he's doing. I want us all to take it seriously. Like, this is a serious allegation. I don't know why it's being...
But it's a serious allegation on both ends. Like, it's a serious allegation to put on someone if it's true or untrue.
Right.
Because two can be the same.
And listen, if this guy... If there's no victim and he's making this up, if this attorney who could be disbarred for that, so it's kind of like, are you going to put your entire career on the line to try to cash in on whatever you think you might be able to get, from Jay-Z? I don't know. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot to come forward to file a case like that in court as an attorney. You're putting your entire career on the line when you're filing frivolous lawsuits, especially one of this magnitude, right? So if he's making this up, if there's no victim, if there's no woman that said that, he should be held accountable. He will lose his license. You know what I'm saying?
But Kim,
let's
he
just say,
could have, but no.
That's what they're saying. They're saying some people are saying there's no victim.
If there is a victim,
right?
Let's just say he does have a victim.
Okay.
Let's say he does. But you have to have the facts.
Right.
You have to have the facts. When you file these lawsuits, you have to have the facts. Here's the thing. Anybody can say whatever they want in the court of law. They can file whatever lawsuits they want.
I say that all the time.
But you got to back it up with the facts.
Evidence.
And that's where Jay is basically saying, I look forward to showing you how different I am in a court of law. And asking the judge to expedite the case so that he can prove his case in a court of law. That's the thing. People can say whatever they want about you. You have to prove it in a court of law. I remember a situation happened with one of my closest friends where she alleged something. They held a whole press conference. It was a whole to-do thing. It was so loud on the internet. Mm-hmm. So loud. Every camera was there. When she got locked up, it was a whole thing. But nobody said nothing when it got dropped, when it found to be untrue. Mm-hmm. And a civil case was thrown out because it was no evidence of anything that was committed. When it's loud, and the truth, make sure it's loud, whatever happens and how it plays out, as loud. If you look at what happened with Lizzo, right? So loud what happened to Lizzo. But nobody is covering the fact that civil case got thrown out from evidence not found in the filing. That lawsuit of sexual harassment and all that stuff.
I remember that. I saw that it was thrown out. I saw that. But,
so it's like...
Then there's always an argument for the other side, right? There are cases that are filed. There are cases that are thrown out based on procedural reasons. Your case can get thrown out if you file it in the wrong court. So the media, because of that, does play a huge role in how these things play out, right? because, and I've said this before on this podcast, sometimes a court of public opinion is more important than what happens in court. Because there's a lot of people and there's a lot of victims and, sexual harassment, sexual assault, all those cases, like, to me, you don't, there's a low percentage of people who are actually successful. Let's just talk about sexual harassment cases because that's what I know. Like a sexual harassment case, like, is super hard to win in court, to just come forward and win. Like 3 to 6%. You don't win on that. I want my case on retaliation and defamation. That's what I run my case on. And my attorney told me that if you have a retaliation claim, that will help you because it is so hard to win in court a sexual harassment case. You could be sexually harassed every day, but taking that to court and proving that, it's just a difficult thing to do. So a lot of victims don't come forward and speak about it, and that's just harassment. When it comes to rape, sexual assault, that's another thing. And I haven't done a homework on those type of cases, but it's hard to come forward. You're going to get ridiculed. You're going to get blasted all over, right? And I think that's part of the reason why they're making the argument that they don't want to reveal the person's name. Now, that's something that I haven't even really come to like an opinion on. Do I think that they should release her name or not? I'm like, I don't know. Is it fair for her to be anonymous, and not have her name out there? But then he's a high-profile person, so his name being out there is different.
And he's a high-profile lawyer. The only thing that makes me raise eyebrows about that is, so if you didn't want your name out there, why didn't you keep your lawsuit moving forward with just celebrity A? Why did your lawyer jump out the window to put his name out there? Because you could have went on with your claim.
I believe that's all legal strategy. I believe that's all strategy.
But that's all
strategy.
But that's
it's not
my
about
whole point.
I get it.
That's why I'm on the fence about whether her name should be out there or not. Because legally, your lawyer used a strategy to put his name out there because what he was doing wasn't working. So now, is it unfair for you to stay anonymous when your lawyer said, oh no, we'll put his name out there?
Right. See, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm still like, I still have to go and read because I'm kind of like, what happens when her name gets put out there, right? Like, and then, according to the lawyer, he's saying he's receiving threats on the other side, like he's making a lot of accusations too. So, clearly there's something else going on. My point, there's something else going on here. This is not just about these accusations.
Well, my grandmother said, whatever you do in the dark will eventually come to light.
And look, again, rape of a 13-year-old, it's so serious in nature. So I understand, right, like, why, like, they have to, like, pull out all the strings in terms of, like, this statement being, like, I just feel like people are so quick right now to go on the side of, like, oh, well, he didn't do that. But we don't know what happened.
But I also think
wanna...
that people are also quick to say, oh, he did that. So I haven't seen a lot of people say he did that. I've seen a ton of stuff on the internet.
Well, you know what the internet is going to say.
I've seen a ton of stuff on the internet.
You know what the internet is going to say.
We like I said, we gotta watch it all play out.
That's why I won't talk about. I won't reference the stuff that I've seen like that because I do feel like a lot of that stuff is not relevant to the claim that's being made, right? And so,
if the claim is even relevant.
Well, the claim is the claim. That's what it's, that's but out I'm saying, there. That's in court.
Well, I know that.
That's in court.
What I'm saying is, once everything comes out, we got to see how relevant the claim is to his participation in it. And we'll see. He's asking to expedite.
Right. We'll see. This is going to play out. There's a lot of stuff being reported about this particular case now because his name was added to it. But a lot of people are speculating online about who this other celebrity could be, right? Because they're like celebrity A, and look, and I think
So then
I
why
think it's
didn't the lawyer put both of the celebrities in there?
I don't know. He probably sent another demand letter to the other celebrity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Just
But
put them all out there.
I think it's just very interesting that the statement was what it was. The Roc Nation statement was what it was. Because one, I think it was prepared and they knew it was coming. This is my point. This is my point. I'm getting to it. It feels like they knew that this was coming. Not just from the demand letters and whatever. People have been saying on, they call it Beyonce's internets, Jay is next, Jay is next, Jay is next. You can't tell me you haven't seen that for the last year.
I mean,
Jay is next. So people knew something was coming.
They all assume Jay is next
don't
because
think
he's
so.
friends with Diddy. I'm not buying that.
I don't think
I'm
so.
not buying.
I don't think so. Because look
Can
at
we
all
go
the
to the next
celebrities.
subject?
Look at all the celebrities that's out there.
I'm over it. I want to go to the next subject. I'm over it. It's so ridiculous. I'm over it.
You think that the claim is ridiculous that it was Jay? That it was.
No, I think the whole internet saga and comments, it's like, yo, let it play out in a court of law.
Okay, we're going to let it play out.
Let it play out in a court of law. It's
But
just so much. It's so overwhelming, and some of it is just so ridiculous. Some of it I like. I remember when, Wendy, believe it or not, God bless Wendy. There were some things Wendy would be like, that ain't true. Even Wendy didn't report everything. She would be like, when you in a room with her, oh, this, that, oh, yeah, no, that, yeah, but this, that. She even had a sense of like, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but she had a sense of like discretion. And it's like the internet is literally everybody's playground. And it becomes so exhausting that it's like, it's so much foolishness. And then you just see everybody just run whatever thing that's going to give them the most clicks or the most bait or the most like engagement, because everything is an engagement game now.
Right.
So it's like, yo, there is a court system. You know what I mean? There is, things that have to play out in a court of law. Let it take its due process.
It does.
And it's like you run to conclusions without the due process. Even in the Puff situation, right? I still feel like there are things he should have just came out and been accountable for, especially when the video of Cassie came out. You knew you did that. And like, even with all this other stuff, there's still parts of it that's like,
But I will say, a lot of people said Cassie was looking for money.
But
a lot of people were saying that about her.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, even some parts are like, now it's like,
I get it. It's overkill. It's on both sides.
overkill.
You're always going to have like the extra stuff going on. I get
But
that.
there is a court. I say that to say there's a court of law. It's a due process. Let it happen. Everybody just on the internet becomes, if there's a war breaking out, everybody becomes the foreign expert, the foreign war expert.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a criminal case come out, then everybody is a criminal expert or forensic psychologist or whatever. If there is a snowstorm, then everybody becomes the greatest weather person. It's like just becomes so overwhelming that it becomes exhausting. It's like, yo, let it play out in a court of law.
So, okay, we will. We'll stick a pin in that.